small things. Motherfucker! Larry! Okay, so yeah. Time to talk about the single worst thing in this run. And time to do so with a cheek full of tomato, by the way. No, time to talk about the single worst thing in this run. This fucking idiot. I'm gonna reset. I'm okay to do another one. It's alright. I'm okay to do another one. I just don't want to have to deal with Larry right now, man. It's alright. Let's try that again. No. Meet Larry, aka the Catarus Emmy, and or the Lime Emmy, and or the Green Emmy, although I wouldn't be able to tell you what color he is. Which is exactly why I've given all of the Emmys their own names, because I can't remember the colors for some of the ones that are hard to tell apart. Nothing about Larry's behavior in particular makes him more annoying than any of the other Emmys. In fact, in terms of pure movement and, like, kiting them to where you want them to be and whatever, he's not the worst one. That would be Aaron, aka the Yellow Emmy. But Larry is still the worst one out of the bunch just because his rooms and the placement that he has in those rooms is just a million times worse than anybody else's. For instance, that room right there, the spawn that he just gave me 2 times in a row only happens, I think, about 5% of the time or something. It's like a pretty small chance. I don't see it very often. But it's incredibly annoying because he's just directly in your way. And there's a couple different ways to get around that, right? There's strats for every spawn. But a lot of his spawns are just an absolute pain in the ass to have to deal with and are very easy to fuck up. So it's just like, that makes him very frustrating to deal with. Motherfucker. Okay, well that was still pretty good. The second one came in quite quickly, so I'll take that. Skip the cutscene. There's actually a swaggy strat you can do here that saves a bunch of time, is to clamber up there while Maria's climbing over the wall. That is, the white Emmy. While she's climbing over the wall, you can just kind of go up there and make contact so that you enter the Emmy parry cutscene. And then use that if you do parry her successfully, and she'll be stunned, so the Emmy, like, chasing will end immediately. Which allows you to go through that room that I just had to wait for. Or go through that door that I just had to wait for. That does save a bunch of time. Some people do it when they're, like, frustrated and they just want to YOLO a run. I've never done it. I have parried Emmys, but I've never intentionally gone out of my way to do that to Maria there. That's another instance of the dash melee not actually costing any time to use, because when you fall down onto that slope, it immediately sends Samus into the kind of tumbling state, so you don't need to wait out the slowdown after the attack, like you normally would. Oh right, that's another important thing to mention. Another important technique in this game that you might have already figured out casually, because it's pretty easy to realize that it's a thing, is slide jumping. Which, if you've played any Donkey Kong Country games at all, then you're already familiar with this technique. It's just the exact same as roll jumping. It works the exact same, it's what you'd expect. Except, obviously, in the later Donkey Kong games, you can roll jump out of a roll at any point, because you can roll indefinitely. That's not a thing here, because the slide doesn't last forever. But, other than that, it's the exact same piece of tech, so hopefully you know what to do with that. We're going to use it to do a skip later on in the run to get the grappling beam a little bit earlier. Other than that, I don't believe it's used in any, like, important skips in this category in particular. It's used in a couple other places. But it is still a relevant technique in a lot of room strats that makes a lot of things happen a lot faster. So it's an important thing to know. But it's pretty intuitive. Not something really to worry about. So that, actually right there, that was me making a mistake, but that was an instance of a room where sliding off of a ledge is actually suboptimal, because you're trying to move mostly horizontally, but a little bit down, and so the slowdown from stopping the slide isn't actually worth the time that you gain from moving down a bit faster. I also forgot to split for a minute there, or I say forgot, live split wasn't cooperating. Same thing, really. One important thing to mention as well, in terms of basic movement, and another one that you might have already figured out and used a bunch casually, is the fact that if you're grabbing onto a ledge, or are about to grab onto a ledge, if you immediately press jump before Samus, like, fully well enters the I am hanging onto a ledge state, it allows you to kind of do this little mantle and immediately jump up that ledge without needing to wait, which is very nice. We use that a lot. Just absolutely everywhere. For Corpius, really the best tip I can give you is to take it slow. Making sure that you don't miss is the single most important thing to make this fight go faster. And I'm doing a terrible job of it. Well, okay, that's not true. This fight's going pretty okay, but the other main thing about Corpius is that you should always stay a little bit further away from the head in case he does the overhead stab attack thing, because you don't want to get locked out from attacking him. Oh my god. This motherfucker. Dude. Can you just die? Please. I thought he was so much closer, but apparently he's just not close at all. Wow. That was still pretty close to gold. It wasn't that bad, but I should have probably taken a cutscene on that and just cut my losses. Yeah. Not great, but oh well. Taking Corpius slow is pretty much always worth it, so should probably keep that in mind. Dude, what the fuck? Gun. Oh, right. Oops. I forgot those guys don't actually die to a dash melee.
Uploading data.
There was no you have 1 0.
Oh, damn it. Damn it. Dude. I didn't get it. Oh no. Oh, it caught up to me in the cutscene? What? I've never seen that. I did not know that that was a thing that could happen, but alright. I'm with it. I mean, Free time save, I guess. Weird. Yum. Motherfucker. This is bad. Okay, jeez. Woo. That was scary. I forgot to split. Motherfucker. I also forgot to split for this split on the last run. Why do I keep doing that? It's not a hard split to remember, I don't think. I mean, you get a major item, like it's not a weird place to split. Note to self, don't get caught by Larry this time. Shouldn't be hard. Done this a million times, even with the bad RNG. Okay. I always forget to slide there. So stupid. Not a good room. Not a good room at all.
Uploading data.
DVR appears to be a sign of there the fan.
Motherfucker. Okay, well, let's forget those rooms ever happened and just move on with our life. I don't really have anything left to say about this bit of the run, since I just went through most of it already. Things will get a little more interesting once we get to Dyron, which is where we were about to be before we were so rudely interrupted by Larry. Motherfucker. Alright, here we go. Thank goodness, a good spawn. Okay, coming up is what I probably struggled with the most in terms of early game when I was learning this, which is this next section with Larry. I'm hoping we get bad RNG here so I can show it off. And looks like we did. Okay, so there's 2 places he can be. Sorry, there's 3, but yeah, it's the bad RNG. Okay, so you grab onto the ceiling here, you let him aggro, then you drop down, and then you uncloak and run over here. Right. But because he shows up just right down there where we're trying to go, if you haven't practiced that, and if you don't know like 100% what you're doing, then it's really easy to get caught in a million different ways, and it's just the absolute worst. So like that room fucked with me for a really long time until I took some time, learned more about it, and practiced it. So I recommend that anybody who might be picking up this run do that as quickly as they can, because dealing with that pain of that fucking room there is no fun. So yeah, that did lose a couple seconds to our PB's good RNG, but what are you gonna do about it? Oh, god damn it. Get up there. Hey, I did the quick thing. I mean, I fucked up like half of it, and then I fell down, but I did do the quick thing for a little bit there. You need to focus on City and Sky. No worries, dude. Like we've proven before, I'm very good at just talking. Just, you know, if you ever see anything that you have a question about, please feel free to ask, because having a little bit of direction is very nice. But I enjoy just kind of talking into the void regardless of whether I get a response. And good luck with City in the Sky. I know it's a difficult split. Or difficult area. I guess it's 2 splits. But, those are details. Motherfucker. Oh my god. Dude. Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing at this point. This is also an important Aaron room. He actually spawns in, or an important Larry room. He always spawns in the exact same spot there. So luckily it's very consistent, but you do have to kind of know what you're doing in that room as well if you want to get it done properly. Where you have to jump over him uncloaked and then cloak as you're like reaching the wall. That's really the only way to clear it in any kind of fast way. Isn't Larry actually moving real time? Well, he is, sort of. Emmys move real time as long as you're in an Emmy zone. But because we entered that Emmy room we entered that Emmy room, so the place that he spawns, if you enter there, is always the same. And then he'll start moving in real time, and that'll all be based on what you do, right? But because having to deal with him there is so immediately after we enter the Emmy zone, he's always in the same spot. There's no variation. Also, just because that Emmy entrance happens to be always the same spot, right? There are other doors in other Emmy zones and in that Emmy zone that have RNG to where he spawns. And then, based on that, you know, you have to do manips or whatever. But for that particular Emmy door, if you enter that way at this point in the game with these flags set, then he will always spawn there. So, it's the same. If you enter there later, like for instance after pressing all of the rest of the lava switches or whatever, then it'll be different. But, you know, that's true for anything. Everything changes when the game state changes. Interesting shortcut from the devs. I mean, I guess, yeah, but for the most part it doesn't matter because most of the time, like, the Emmy spawns are far away from where you enter the Emmy zone, so then they have time to kind of move around, and you have time to fuck up. But there's a couple specific Emmy zones where that's not the case. This is the only one that I can think of off the top of my head, because even the other ones where the Emmy's, like, right there, there's still RNG to where they spawn. Like, for instance, the first time you have to deal with Moran, when you're coming back to Gavaran from Elon, there's still RNG to where she spawns there. There's 3 possibilities. Even though she's like right there, only a couple meters away. But just for this specific room, it happens to be the case that there's only one spawn spot. Ow. Really? That didn't hit it? Oh my god. Pretty okay split. 3 seconds off of gold. Could have been worse, but I know I can definitely gold that split. So. Nice. That's a tricky D-boost. It takes a little RNG and a lot of recognition of getting the correct RNG. And then a quick reaction to actually make that. But it saves a second or 2. So that's cool. Alright. This is pretty okay. I just need to not lose much more time in these next few splits. And then we might have a decent run on our hands. So then I just need to not die to the crab. Your HKSOB has gotten to sub 44, so you hope you'll get there soon. Currently dealing with extremely inconsistent gameplay. That's understandable. I'm glad you're still grinding that out. I'm really excited to see you overtake me. Reminder, it's a 43-14. I'm really hyped for that, dude. You're getting so good with keyboard, too. It's awesome. Motherfucker. I hate white beam boxes. You restarted grinding? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Didn't you tell me about that already? Or am I stupid? Also, I went the wrong way. Please ignore me. Oh my god. Well. This split's not going to be as good as I needed to. Or, I guess, as I was hoping it would. Don't think you did, but you're me, so who knows? Yes, you are me. It's so difficult sometimes trying to, like, decide in a split second whether you're gonna flip around a chat message's perspective or not. And then you still fuck it up anyway if there's too many first-person pronouns in there. Oh well. Yo, can I get it? Wait, did I get pre-tunnel? No, not quite. He entered the animation, so technically that was in the tunnel. You have a 4431? No, I don't. My SRC page has a 4431. This is because I never submitted the 4314, and the footage has since disappeared. Because, you know, Twitch deletes it after a while. I do, in fact, have a 4314. I have no verification of that, right? Technically speaking, I could be lying, but, you know, I'm not. That golded, really? That golded by 5 seconds, too. That was, like, actually a crazy split. What the fuck? That was a really good split, Jesus. Okay, but yeah, we're finally heading into, like, more interesting territory again, where I have some stuff to say. Tunnel movement is actually very interesting. There's a lot of small nuances that take a while to, like, seep into muscle memory. But, knowing, like, when to slide versus when to morph, and when to jump and then morph versus when to just climb up a ledge, that sort of thing, like, having that knowledge takes a little while, but can save a good 10-20 seconds over the course of the entire run. Garden! Good evening! Good to see you. And it does look different. We're playing Dread today. We'll go back to Super at some point. For sure. I love that game. But for right now, it's Dread time. Lots of homies here. Very good. Very good. Excuse me. No, it's still funny, Onzen, actually. The 4431 was the PB immediately before the 4314. So my 4431 just kind of anagrammed itself. Right? Which is awesome. I remember laughing my ass off when that happened. How am I? I'm good. I'm very good. Runs have been going pretty okay, and I got a lot of work done today, or well, a lot. I got what I needed to do done today. Plus, I finished a new Magic the Gathering deck that I was excited about, and I've got a lot of good company, so yeah, I'm feeling good. Self-care, we can do that in just a second, but not yet. I have the Varia sequence to get through first, although I can at least do a posture check. And a bit of a stretch at least, but only one arm, because I had to keep mashing. You play MTG? I do. A lot, actually. I play a lot of that game. I've been hoping to do gameplay of it on stream with some of my Commander pod, if I could get that set up, but unfortunately, like, the camera work is a little difficult to set up for Peyton, so we're still kind of looking at that, but hopefully it'll work at some point. No, oh god, I'm so sorry. I just hit the mic because I got stressed because I forgot to skip the cutscene. That must have hurt your ears. Regardless, no, I do not play Arena. I have a substantial physical collection, to say the least, so I really don't, like, feel the need to, and I don't enjoy the terrible monetization on Arena. Although, I mean, to be fair, the regular hobby is also extremely expensive, but it's like, it feels less bad, at least for me. Plus, I just enjoy, kind of like with books, right? I just enjoy it better if I am actually holding it the way that I am, versus having it on the screen. But then, you know, obviously there's always climate concerns and whatnot, so it's all a little double-edged sword at the end of the day, but, you know, it's okay. Wanted to ask if we could play sometime. I mean, we could. I have Arena, and I have some amount of cards. It's just, like, tiny and pathetic for the most part. Does Arena have deck borrowing if you're playing with friends? I know a lot of card games do that. Because if you play Arena to a decent extent, then that could be fun for sure. Don't have the friends for actual cards. That's fair. Since Corona and, like, since all of the local game store stuff is shut down, I mostly play with my brother. Which is fun. It's great. But, you know, I would like to go to FNMs again, but unfortunately they just don't exist. But that's kind of what I was hoping to set up, is I wanted to get set up with Peyton and Squirrel and probably Curix or maybe like somebody else that I could find in our corner of Twitch to do either on or offline, either on or off stream, to do Commander gameplay. Just because I want to have a pod to play with, and I'd love to put more Magic the Gathering content on my page, because that's something that, like, I want it to be a part of what I do on Twitch, YouTube, and otherwise, but it's just currently not, because it's just been too difficult to get to work, not because I don't want to. So that's been a little frustrating. Really gotta continue, take care, and good luck. Alright, thank you, Garden. I appreciate you stopping by, even briefly. Talk to you later. I'll go kill Kraid for you. Or in your honor, or whatever. That makes it sound like you're dead. Oops. Garden is a zombie podcast? Fucking Kraid, dude. Oh my god. Just turn on turbo. There you go. That's all that I want. You're a zombie. Your camera holder thingies that are connected to your desk and you can strap your phone on it. I know, I'm using one of those. I have everything set up to do Magic online with peeps. I have everything set up for, like... Yeah, I could do that. It's Peyton currently who can't. So I hope that we can make something happen there. Yeah, Kraid do be loud. Also, I fucked up. Like, we lost a lot of time on this fight already. I need to take this a little more slowly. What the fuck, bro? Are you actually kidding me right now? I'm playing like such dog shit. This happened last run too. This is just like the same Kraid as before, which is incredibly depressing. It's really terrible. Damn. Yeah, this is not good. Dude, give me a fucking missile. Oh my god. Sorry. I shouldn't be getting mad at that, but it is a little frustrating. In fact, Garden, I know you can't hear me anymore, but just to continue the conversation, I'm using one of those exact camera holder thingies right now to hold up my phone so I can have a camera of my face on screen. That is exactly the setup that I'm using. And this is exactly what I would do for Commander gameplay. I would just kind of set it up differently to where my phone's hanging over my desk instead of beside it, and then have an overview of my playmat that way. I'd really love to make that work. Because, like, I imagine, like, Peyton has to have, like, a table in his house somewhere. So I feel like it should be mostly doable, right? I don't mean that vindictively, obviously. If he's having trouble with it for whatever reason, then that's perfectly valid, but... because I don't know why he's having trouble with it. But I'll be intrigued to see if, like, what exactly his problem is and see if we can figure it out. Kraid is so loud, man. I mean, I'm told the audio levels are pretty good, by Prince at least. But Kraid is just kind of loud regardless of whether I struck the balance correctly. Not a whole lot can be done about that. Okay, nice first try early grapple. It's pretty good. This run is okay. I should have saved more time on Kraid than I did. That's like the main complaint that I have so far. Kraid should have been a lot better than it was. But, yeah, other than that, this run is still fine. Most of the time save is late game anyway, so that's okay. Everything is good, but Kraid screaming is like the pale lurker screaming. Yeah, pretty accurate. Kraid's a loud one in this game. I've got a little hedgehog plushie. He's adorable. And he's wearing one of my scrunchies. He's cute. I love him. No, so close to being perfectly smooth. Fetch. Alright. Decent enough split. It's very low variance anyway, so can't really give too many a shit about that. Alright. Solid exit, at least. Okay, let's see. Do I have anything interesting to talk about here? Yeah, actually I do. We're about to enter into a very short ME section where audio cues would be very relevant if I had them. And I do recommend Prince, if you're listening, since you do have like a more well-working setup for everything than I do. Definitely learn the audio cues for the ME section coming up. They're very helpful, and I really wish I had access to them right now. Because where he spawns is like RNG as always, but you can't tell because he's too far away for you to see. So the best way to tell, or the way to tell earliest, is by using audio cues rather than like the pinging visual effects. So that way, you know, you'll know where he is a little bit better and you can react to that a little bit better. And right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the route that's most likely good, because it's good for like 80% of his spawns. But if it happens to be one of the other 20%, then I need to react a little bit faster than I otherwise would have. And just like generally play a little bit better to avoid getting caught. Which is unfortunate, but... Motherfucker. That's so much time lost, dude. Oh my god, he didn't open the door? Are you serious? God damn it. I thought I did the juke right, but I guess I uncloaked just a little too soon. This bitch. So we're losing a lot of time on this split. Like 20 or so seconds. This room, by the way, specifically kind of the start of it earlier, is one of the rooms where the respin extra momentum comes into play. The kind of burst of horizontal momentum that it gives you allows you to, if you time your respin correctly, just barely clear one of the later ledges on your way down through the first half of the room that you otherwise wouldn't have been able to clear and would have landed on, which would waste a couple frames. Holy crap. This was so much worse than I thought. Oh my god. Jesus. Half a minute just to that. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. Okay. Well. Pretty bad start. Well, I say start. Obviously, we're deep into the mid-game now, but... I'm not entirely happy with these first couple mid-game splits. Well, okay, that's not entirely true. Grappling beam was fine. The other ones, though, would be a little bit disappointing. Okay. So we're gonna bomb this guy immediately so that we don't get caught. Go down here, jump, grapple beam. Right, I always forget. Grapple beam takes longer underwater. I can't believe that I'm still surprised at that. Talk to Adam. Do the little dance.
Uploading data.
Lower left of it.
Parry this idiot. Respin. Grappling beam. That was absolutely textbook. That was just so perfect. I like to think I've gotten very good at that room. Even if it is a pretty easy room to do, I'm still proud of it. Oh my, that was so... I do not normally do this room this well. Holy shit. This has been pretty damn good. Save for the first little bit in Dyron. All the Barinia movement has been kind of insane. Save for that, just that. Oh my gosh. Okay, never mind. Still though, good split. It could have been gold. It could have been gold, but I dropped it at the end. Oh, that's probably a technique that I should explain, is underwater bomb jumping. Normally, you can't bomb jump above a certain vertical level underwater, because they programmed it that way so that you couldn't just infinite bomb jump out of water anywhere that you like if you don't have the gravity suit. And we still can't infinite bomb jump, but if you lay a bomb on the floor, get boosted up by it, and then unmorph at the peak of your jump, there's a certain time window in which you have to unmorph, but it's very lenient. If you unmorph at the peak of your bomb jump, then it kind of stores something, in a sense. I don't know exactly what it would store, but that's the best way to think about it. It sets up the rest of what you can do. And then if you can't touch the ground as Morph Ball after you've done this, because that will remove that state that we need to be in. So then you jump up and you morph in midair, lay a bomb, and immediately unmorph again. If you do that, then jump up and morph again so that you can do a bomb jump in midair in the water off of that bomb that you laid without ever touching the ground as Morph Ball. Then you can do that bomb jump anyway, even though it would normally be too high for the game to allow you to do that. which allows us to do a couple cool skips, some of which are irrelevant room strats that you don't need to do should you not want to. But one of which, sorry, no, two of which are actually required to complete this run the way that we do it. That is a trick that you will need to know. Alright, let's see if I can kill Aaron a bit quicker this time. Because last round it didn't go so well. Not the best start. Could be okay though. Alright, good. Looking like we're pretty much even on this one. Actually, never mind. No, we're golding by a tiny amount. Yep. Gold by about a second and a half. That's cool. We take those. No. Not what I meant to do. Come on. Whee. No, you motherfucker. Okay. You motherfucker. You motherfucker. Alright, well. Still a decent enough split. Don't know what that movement was exactly about, but... Okay, good. Not needing to redo that. Very nice. Yes, travel to Dyron, please. How's City in the Sky treating you, Prince? What are you practicing exactly? Like, just generally any percent? I was kind of wondering about that. It's like... You haven't done runs in a while, unless I've missed a stream. Which I probably have, because you always stream at, like, 3 in the morning my time. Wait, talk to Adam. Talk to Adam. Obviously, if you're busy practicing, feel free to just not
Smartphone
pay any mind to me, but I'm just looking to make a little conversation more than anything. I want to try not to focus too hard on the run, because I seem to play better when I don't. Oh my gosh. Taking a break right now, but you were doing a second half run? Right. That makes sense. Just general practice then. Why would I try to shoot that guy? That really, there's no benefit to that. Tidying up your office and whatnot, fair enough. I should tidy up my, like, well, not even specifically my desk, just the entire room here, really. Could stand to be a little bit less messy, but it's alright. Oh right, Jogiga skip. This might be one that you struggle with a bit at first, Prince, if you do pick this up. The upcoming skip. It's a little finicky, but there's a very consistent setup for it that I like to do. That, you know, I recommend you pick up. There are a lot of different ways to do this, so it's not that big of a deal if you don't like this one. You can just look at the other one. But I really like this one personally. I just fucked up this Shine Spark, really. This thing is free. Come on. Nice. Finally got past that guy again. That's a very rare occurrence. Alright, Jogiga skip time. Here we go. Nice. Alright. Very good. That was very quick. This is a gold by a lot. Gold by 10 seconds. Let's go. Yeah, so that trick, Jogiga skip, is actually just like a pseudo wave, like we did all the way at the start of the run. But you can't quite pseudo wave all the way to the block that we're trying to hit. But because we have the diffusion beam and our charge shots explode, if we get a shot just like a little ways into the wall, then that's good enough. You still need a very specific angle to do it, regardless of what setup you do, but there's a bunch of different ways to do it. There's a jumping setup that does it from below, kind of like the pseudo waves that we did at the start of the run. There's also a sliding setup where you just kind of slide into the corner and then shoot it. And there's this setup, which makes use of the fact that if you let go of the gun button while you're in the menu and then close the menu, Samus will fire off that shot at the first possible frame, which is useful if the first possible frame is a frame on which the movement of her arm puts her in the exact correct angle to do the thing. Assuming you're holding the correct angle on the analog stick. But that angle is pretty lenient, which is why I like this setup so much. Because it's a lot, like, it's a little slower, because you need to do the whole buffer and everything. My god, Willow, what the fuck are you doing? But, like, it's a lot more consistent, because it's just pretty easy compared to the other two. But it's essentially the same thing as that, that was very Dutch, as that what we did at the start of the run. That's very Dutch. Regardless, it's pretty much the same thing. We're gonna do a couple more of those at some point.
Uploading data.
Actually, are we? There's, I think there's only actually one more, and that's a little weird because it's a pseudo wave with the grapple beam instead of the power beam. So I'm not sure if we want to count that in the same category. It does work the exact same, like there's really no difference. But Like, you do have to do it in a slightly different way, I guess, but the glitch is the same. The setup is just different, but that's true for any individual pseudo-wave, I suppose. So, it's still just a pseudo-wave. Who am I kidding? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that was a bit weird. Regardless, though, Drogiga Skip is definitely pretty tough. And because this setup is so easy to learn, I think it's a very good place to start. Learning one of the faster ones isn't necessarily a bad idea, but it's not really like something that you need to think about too much if you're just starting out. Yes, I know Android wants an update. Oh my gosh. My phone's just like begging me to update the OS, and I'm not stupid enough to do that, so... see what happens. Camera's a bit shaky for a second because I just touched my phone, but it'll get better. Into Elon. One thing you should always be aware of at this point in the run, you should have full health going into Elon. If you don't, there's quite a couple convenient places to farm before, where there's these whole swarms of little butterfly-looking things that you can just pump a couple missiles into for a lot of easy health pickups. I say full health. You don't need literally full health. Like, what I have right now is good enough, but you should have quite a good bunch of health. And this is definitely not as much as I would like. It's just enough. So you should try to just have full health when you're going in here, because you need to do a whole lot of damage tanking to get through here any kind of quickly. Because if you don't do the damage tanking and you just kill the guys, then that will take a very long time. Which is completely by design. These enemies are intended to be very hard to kill, because then having the plasma beam, you feel a lot better about it. But for right now, it'd be a lot better to just tank through them. Now, I got lucky on this. They gave me the good pattern, which is very rare, and means that you need to take a lot less damage. We've still got some upcoming damage tank strats after the plasma beam, but those are a little less important, so you can avoid them without losing quite as much time. But we'll see how I manage it. Perfect, actually. Wow. I did, like, the one perfect thing where if you do it properly, you don't need to damage tank and you go even faster. So that's cool. It's just like if you flash shift early enough. I don't know how many frames you have to do it, but if you flash shift like just immediately as you enter the room, then you don't need to take damage. But it's a little tight. I don't do it very often. I go for it every time, but I don't do it successfully very often. Let me rephrase. Alright. That's that guy. Out. Dealt with. Okay. Oh my gosh, get up there. That'll be our last E-tank for the run. Now this is actually the guy I was talking about before, this guy right here on the bridge. If you do kill him with Speed Booster by just running into him, there is a small chance of your game crashing. So, just jump over him, doesn't lose any time, just to be safe. Like I said before, I don't know exactly what the conditions are under which the game crashes there, but it's possible, so, you know, just don't do it. Like I said, I've never had it happen. I've bumped into that guy plenty of times just by forgetting to jump. I've still never had the game crash, but it's possible, so just don't do it. Beast Jaw is such a good emote, man. I love that thing. It's amazing. Right. Gotta skip the cutscene. Never forget to skip that cutscene. I have gone away to, like, grab extra water during that load zone before and just gotten fucked. Because I forgot that there's a cutscene that I need to skip in the middle of it. So never forget that that cutscene exists. It is the only time in the entire game that a load zone, like a proper long fucking loading screen, results in a cutscene. So forgetting it is very easy, and I do it almost every run. But you shouldn't, ideally. Oh no. Okay. Phew. That was very close. Still is, actually. She's right there. I should be very careful. Okay, we're good. Okay. So right here, we're going to use underwater bomb jumping again. So like I said, you lay one bomb, you unmorph after it boosts you up, and then you just lay another bomb in midair so that you can get up to where you're trying to go. I fucked up a little bit in the mushroom room there, but it wasn't that bad. You want to be very careful as you're sliding down there. There's a small chance, I want to say maybe slightly less than a third of the time, there's a chance that Moran just kind of spawns right fucking there underneath your feet, and if you do that, and if you hold or if that happens, and if you hold forward, you will immediately get caught. So you always want to just let go of the control stick or hold back as you're sliding down there to check if she's there, and then if she is, just go directly into the room, and if she's not, do the Shine Spark strat as we're supposed to, like I just showed, right, where you just get a Shine Spark charge and then... Motherfucker! You have got to be kidding me. 2 runs in a row. And I still don't know what causes it. The audacity of this bitch. Okay, well. I mean, it's not like PB was like super insane here, but... Oh, it did spawn, Onzen. It just went the wrong way. The manip that we do, it's supposed to come through the door like I was expecting it to, right? But I guess I did the manip wrong. I still don't know what the problem is. I guess I should just have a look at like what Keku does or something and take his manip, because I know I do a slightly different thing. Like I do this grapple up here instead of the Shine Spark because I find it a little bit easier. I forgot to split, by the way, but it's okay. But like, that shouldn't make a difference from what I know. It shouldn't make a difference, but maybe it does after all. And so I should actually switch to just always doing the Shine Spark. I don't know, maybe. Like, she always spawns in the same place there. She spawns in the room and the top left, where we came from, where we like slid down the little ramp. That's where she spawned. And so if you shoot open the door for her while she's still there, so you need to get up pretty quickly, then she'll come through that door. But she only does that if you're in the right spot and she's happy with it and like she's good, like, oh yeah, no, that seems good, I'll go there. Right, if you do the manip properly. If you don't do that, then she'll come down the way that we came in and then crawl back up the wall on the right side to try to get to you. And so, like, I don't know what exactly the difference is that makes me just not get that for some reason. About half the time, I want to say, I failed that. And I just, like, I should find out, because it costs a decent bit of time. Fuck off. Alright, early space time. Prince, this is definitely one of the tricks that you're going to spend the most time on learning. That trick is incredibly difficult. As we've discussed, there's a lot of ways to do it. You're just going to need to find your own way most of the time, because everyone I know does it differently. But you'll learn it at some point just by grinding it out. Like, that's not the sort of trick that you just... where, like, oh, you just have to learn it to get better at it. Like, you can do it or you can't. And if you can do it, then you're probably pretty good at it. Right? That's the sort of thing that we're talking here. So... oh my god, are you serious? How was that not a fucking missile, dude? Whatever. So that's, like, I think I must have spent, like, probably about 7 total hours on that before I started getting it consistently in runs. Just like literally 7 hours straight grinding that. Which is a bit of a pain, but you know, it's alright. It is a very fun trick to do. Again, I do thoroughly enjoy doing early space jump. But it's not the most forgiving trick in the world. Costs about 5 seconds to fail. And it's very easy to fail. But then again, you're used to like EMS and whatnot, so I guess you're probably fine. Obviously, it's a very different nature trick than like EMS and Yugo, but because you don't need to worry about like 3 dimensions. Obviously, it's only in 2 dimensions. But it's no, it can be a pain in the ass. But once you get good at it, it's not all that bad. Like I can do it without thinking at this point. That's honestly true for a lot of things in this game. Like, I mean, it's true for a lot of things everywhere. Experience helps, but like, in this game especially, there's a lot of things that are really helped by pure muscle memory. Like early space jump. Like, if you're not thinking about it, chances are you're gonna do it better. Assuming that you have put the practice in. There's other things in like other games that I've run, especially like in Super Metroid, where like if you're not thinking about it, you're gonna fuck up. And like muscle memory is good and all, but like for instance fan tune, right? Like fan tune is not a muscle memory thing. And you have lots of those in this game in like boss fights and pattern recognition. But most of everything else, all of the movement is, it's better to not think about it most of the time. And most of the tricks too, like early grapple as well, you want to kind of just do that by feel as well. And that's not so true in SM. Like for doing like mock ball reserve or whatever, you do want to have some thought go into that. I don't know, maybe I'm overanalyzing it. At the end of the day, thought and intuition aren't that different, but still. I find it like an interesting difference in experiences, speedrunning different games. Like how I feel and how mentally engaged I am with the run. And Dread is very low engagement, at least for me. So like, that's a notable difference with SM and also with Hollow Knight that I've run in the past. And still do, I mean, I'm still working on SM, but Hollow Knight less so. Dude, shoot it. Thank you. No. Okay, good, I saved it. Thank you. Okay, that was not the fastest, but definitely not bad. No, you motherfucker. Okay, well. Could have saved time on this. If I had a slightly faster early screw, and then a slightly faster second underwater bomb jump there, could have saved time, but alas. No, you motherfucker. Okay, well this is officially terrible. Nope. Oh my god, okay, just get up there. Teleport bonanza, let's go. This split is 5 minutes long, but 3 minutes of that almost is loading zones. Not quite 3 minutes, it's about 2 minutes 30, but that is because I am running on physical. If you were running on digital, it wouldn't be as long, but still, this split is mostly just fucking loading zones. Alright. Got about half an hour left. I got this. Prince, in case you're listening, this is another one of those rooms where we use the fact that if you're like slightly away from a wall, then you can actually use a slide to shoot the block, but not if you're directly in front of a wall. We use it exactly once all throughout this tunnel system, and it's a little bit hard to see, but it does show up. Whee! Final teleport for the time being, although we will be doing another one immediately after getting the gravity suit. Well, not immediately. We need to kill the robot Chozo first. I'm almost out of water. That's not good. Alright, Burinia. Home of probably the single most annoying part of this run, even if I wouldn't call it the worst. This can be the most frustrating thing in the game, when you miss this Shine Spark here. Or miss the setup for it. Like that. It is very difficult, so like, I don't get this exactly the proper way most of the time, but still feels bad. And unmorph and shoot down a bunch. Morph again. Unmorph, jump. Jump. Alright, you can just shoot that one. Those were some good quick charges. Piss off, you idiots. Yeah, this is a real ugly split. Holy crap. Imagine losing time to this terrible gravity time. Damn. That sucks. Oh. I got a decent bit of time save on this split, so let's just not die to the crab again. I'm looking good, but how are you? Hope you're doing even better than the run. Run's actually not even all that amazing, Catwire. It's pretty good, but like, this is kind of expected, and I could be doing better. But it is fine. It is pretty good. So, you know, you're not wrong. I'm doing pretty alright too. I'm getting pretty tired. It is fairly late here. Very looking forward to going to bed after this. But other than that, no, I am definitely good. lots of nice company tonight. So, I am in a good place. Pretty late here, 10:35 p.m. to be exact. That's my time zone. Cow higher. That is my time zone. Yeah, and I gotta get on a 9 a.m. train tomorrow too, so fun. But it's alright. I chose this. I will own it. No, I do want to be doing this right now. I might be a little bit tired tomorrow morning if I don't get if I don't fall asleep very quickly, but I think I probably should. Like, I think I'll be fine. Damn it. Why is that so difficult, man? Such a cool strat. I wish that room was just like a little bit longer so that strat would be easier to do. Because it's so cool. No, I went to, oh, no, I did not go too early. Never mind. Okay, great. And he gave me good RNG, too. Nice. Nope. God damn it. Okay, I fucked up. I fucked up big time on that. He could have been dead a pretty good while ago, but it's alright. Have school tomorrow after having a break for a week. Right. I think actually, I mean, I don't know where you live, obviously, but I think my country has also had high schools on break today. Because, like, I don't have the shorter breaks of the year because of being at uni. But I think we had breaks this week. I want to say. This week, yeah? Okay, thanks. I wasn't sure, but obviously, right, your brother is still in high school, so he would know. Seems fair. Thanks, Olsen. Oh no, I'm perfectly comfortable, Catwire, no worries. I live in the Netherlands, and I am Dutch. I'm born and raised. Gekoloniseerd and all that. I mean, that makes sense though, like, considering we met in FX's chat, and FX is being Dutch is a reasonably big part of FX's stream, so makes some amount of sense. There's a lot of Dutchies there. Besides, like, FX and his team, obviously. Obviously all of them are Dutch. That makes sense. Dude, unmorph. My god. Dude, are you serious right now? Thank you. Oh my god. That took forever. Holy shit. Quite some Dutch people there, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of Dutch people around, like, that corner of Twitch anyway, like the kind of Beast Prince, Twilight Princess speedrun-y corner. Like, Beast's community alone, there's like the two of us, FX, Arju, who am I missing? There's at least 3 more, but I can't remember their names. Bowdy, right? Bowdy's Dutch. There's a couple more. A lot of Dutch people in our corner of Twitch. I mean, a lot of Dutch people on Twitch. A lot of Dutch people on the internet in general. What with the high population density and the high fucking, like, urbanization. Pretty much everyone here has access to a computer. Can't really turn a corner on the internet without bumping into a Dutchie. for better or worse. Oh, fuck. Okay, this is bad spawn, so I need to be real careful. Okay, we got a little lucky. That's alright. 1 second, Catwire. I'll read that in a minute. Just gotta get through these couple rooms here. Go. Don't really get it. There are just 17 million people in the Netherlands, and not all of them use Twitch, but you still encounter Dutch people almost everywhere I go. Right, yeah. No, it's a good question, but I don't know. Oh, fuck. Okay, this is gonna be hella tight now. No! Fuck me, dude. Oh my god. Okay, well, there goes my time save. Yeah, that's entirely on me. I forgot how this strat worked. Just completely flunked it. God damn it, man. It's actually so close to gold. Because I'm just really bad at this split. But, like, I just lost, like, 12 seconds to that. This could have been a pretty big gold. Pretty easily. I missed that strat almost never. And, like, I just missed it in the worst possible way. Oh well. I'm not going to dwell on that. We are a minute ahead after all. I really shouldn't complain. Oh my god, okay. We are a minute ahead and past the crab, actually. That's very relevant information. Like, we're a minute ahead after SQ is a way different sentence from we are a minute ahead flat. Being a minute ahead at this point in the run is actually kind of hype. Because there's so little left to go and most of it's very low variance. Dude, Shine Spark. Okay, thank you. Gosh. Cannot believe that still worked, but I'll take it. Holy shit. Okay, I am way on the wrong side of the room here. This is not how I like to see this fight done, but wasted a bit of time on that. Not that big of a deal, though, hopefully. I don't think so, anyway. Oh no. Wow. Good job. Quite low on health though. You think you could make it with just that? Oh no, I have way more health than I need. I mean, definitely now, obviously, after killing the central unit, but I was not worried about health for the past, like, 10 minutes. Didn't think about it. Health in this part of the run is pretty expendable. It's not really a big deal. It's gonna matter more in a minute. Like, mostly at B key it's gonna matter again, but other than that, it's not really a big deal. It mattered, like, earlier. But in general, on this run, on normal mode, you don't give too many shits about your health, because it's just like, you have plenty of it, and enemies don't really deal that much damage anyway. My fish suit pants, my fish suit pants, my fish suit. Alright, let's just get Fairy out of the way, and then see what happens after that. Maybe it's just because of your casual point of view. That's fair. I mean, obviously, like, this amount of health is fairly scary if you're just playing the game normally. But because I know more or less what I'm doing, I really don't give a shit. Looks like time save, but not too much. Oh, my camera died? Oh, it's back. Okay, I don't fucking know what that was. Alright, whatever. Looks like time save, like I said, but not a gold, sadly. Could have golded, for sure, had I played a little bit better. Alright, I'll take my 8 seconds. Works for me. Yes! That is the first time that I have ever made it past that guy before he started breathing fire on me. Fucking finally. Ah. This run is worth it just because of that. I don't care. I could lose 2 minutes to Beaky. Are there any uses for Samus or Emmy amiibo in this game? I don't know. I don't actually know what they do. I don't even know if they're allowed or not. I imagine if they're allowed, then they obviously don't make a difference because nobody uses them. And if they do make a difference, then they're probably not allowed because nobody uses them. So, I don't know which of those two scenarios is true, but it's one of them. I mean, I guess they could also be useless and also not allowed. That's also possible. But they couldn't be useful and allowed since, you know, people don't use them. I have zero idea what they do. Never looked into it. Right, don't do that, Willow. Come on now. You know better than that. Oh my god. Are you kidding me right now? Okay, well this Crimson fight's pretty bad. Receive an additional energy tank on the first use. 200 health once a day. This is Samus. Regain 200 health once a day. Metroid Samus. There we go. Regain 200 health once every day. Ridley gain 30 missiles once every day. Emmy receive an additional missile tank on the first use and gain 200 health once every day. Dark Samus gain 30 missiles once every day. Metroid gain 30 missiles once every day. Right. So, like, it's just resources, which wouldn't be worth the time of scanning the amiibo and going through all the menuing. Because one extra missile pack or one extra E-tank, like, I don't imagine scanning an amiibo and going through that whole process is faster than any of the E-tanks that we get in this run. Same with the missiles, because the only resource packs that we get in this run are the ones that are very much in our way. Because, you know, obvious reasons we're trying to speedrun here. So, like, I don't imagine any of that could ever be faster than any of the stuff that we pick up. So, it's probably not worth it. Oh my god, I can't play the game right now. I'm being so shit. It's okay. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Oh my god, get down there. You saw Pekka Samus and Emmy go in the store today and didn't know if they had a purpose in this game. Well, I mean, they do something. From a casual point of view, I guess they're pretty cool to have, because you could have more resource packs in the game than if you didn't have the amiibo. So, like, it's kind of like you're going above 100% completion, which is cool if you care about that sort of thing. Plus, it's just, you know, a fun novelty to have the little figures. It's kind of one thing that I at least enjoy about amiibo. But in terms of speedrun potential, it really doesn't seem like they're any use. Seems like a good split. Not gold, but good. Did not sell the actual game, just the amiibo. That's funny. I mean, I imagine they do sell the actual game, like, theoretically. It was just sold out. Probably. Oh, wow. Gold by literally 1/10 of a second. Hype. I imagine the game was just sold out, right? Because it's more popular than the amiibo. Forcing amiibo for competitive speedruns is also a little annoying, to say the least. I mean, that's true, but that depends on the run, right? For example, for Breath of the Wild, there's just like there's just categories for it. It's like, oh, any percent amiibo, any percent no amiibo, right? And any percent NMG, no amiibo, any percent NMG, amiibo. They just made them into categories, and that works fine. And for Breath of the Wild, obviously, amiibo have a much higher impact than they do here in Dread. But, like, you could do the same thing here if you did decide to allow them, but you didn't want to make anybody buy them, and you just make them separate entries on the leaderboard. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, I gotta focus here, because I've got to do gold skip. So I'm going to completely ignore all of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on, man. Give me another parryable attack. Terrible RNG. Except if you're Skylanders. That seems fair. No, motherfucker. Nice. That. Pretty solid so far. Seems like a good beaky fight. Nice. Alright. Bop. Bop. Skip the cutscene. Turn turbo off. Okay. That was a very good beaky fight. That's gonna gold. Decent gold. About 10 seconds. Bit less. Okay, never mind. 8 seconds, still good. Not bad. What a run, damn. This run got a lot better after SQ again, funnily enough. Like, those 2 golds were pretty good. Beaky, mostly. Obviously, we Eternash Alley Gold was a very small gold, but it was still gold pace, which is the important part. That still makes it quite fast. And then Beaky was actually just a seriously good gold. 7 seconds. So I'm quite happy with that. I just need to make sure that I remember the escape route. If I just don't fuck up the routing here, everything should be alright. I can even save a couple more seconds because my PP wasn't all too amazing on this. No. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, well, I fucked up. So So that's definitely not gonna happen. We're not saving time on this anymore. Yikes. That was probably the worst that I've ever done that room. Which is impressive, because I fucked that room up quite frequently. But, still going alright. Not all that bad. Strength 5. Whee! Damn it. That space jump's so hard to make, dude. Wow. I just fucking skipped 137. I went straight from 138.05 to 136.04. That's whack. Yo, Liz, hi. How you doing? Good to see you here. Thank you for the GGs. And thank you for the GGs as well, Prince. I don't actually have Clap, I don't think. Unless Clap is like 7TV global, in which case it wouldn't show up in my chat preview here, but regardless. Wow. What a run. PB by 2 minutes. Holy crap. Did PB by 2 minutes after getting caught by Aaron? Was lurking, just folding laundry. Good, good, excellent. Folding laundry is very important. I hope you got a new PB in folding laundry. This is a cool game, though. Absolutely. It's very fun to speedrun. Love this game. No, it's dude, we got fucking caught by Aaron and lost half a minute. And then the late game was just, you know what's funny about this is like this late game was so fucking insane, but this early game is so fucking bad. Cause like the thing was, my PB had a good early game and a bad late game, right? Sort of like the first half or so of early game, like up until about here, was meh in the PB. So there's still like 30 seconds here in these first couple splits. And then the rest of this only got worse. So like that's time save as well. But then this end game is just, there's like 5 golds in here or something. So it's like, oh boy. This is gonna be hard to run against probably, but it shouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I've ran against similar PBs before. Regardless, I'm gonna open up my Twitch and find somebody to raid because I am tired beyond belief. So we are definitely done for the day. But thank you all very much for being here. I do appreciate it. So